As usual, we start with the Fatiha for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his family, the companion, and the Muslim at large. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ila hadratin Nabi Mustafa Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wa alihi wa sahbihi wa tabi'ina tabi'ina lahum bi ihsani ila yaumiddin. ثم إلى أرواح آبائنا أمهاتنا أجدادنا جداتنا ولجميع المسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء والأموات طوعا لله لهم الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين آمين. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now, so far, I've given lectures on the knowledge, mostly substantially on the knowledge. Now we are going to an area which is very unique, very spiritual. And these are, I'm going to lecture on my spiritual journey, spiritual experience or experiences for you all to know. But for you all to achieve that one, I can't guide you, but if Allah chooses you, so be it. You know? But I'm just going to lecture so that you will know the spiritual journey I went through, the secondary state, and later on the primary state, the secondary state person. Okay? So, when you achieve the knowledge of God, it is an enlightenment. It changes you holistically. Tremendous change in your life. That's what I'm experiencing. I'm telling you my experience. Okay? It totally changed my life. Okay? So much so, my friend who was in the higher institution with me, my friends, they were surprised. And they who called me at one time public enemy number one in the campus, suddenly turn around and become my bosom friend. Bosom friends who sponsored my study to UK, who sponsored my marriage expenses, who sponsored the setting up of my law firm in Singapore. These are my bosom friends, and they never asked to be disburse or refund back what they had given. It's out of pure love. Because they've seen the change, the total change. And one of them had said, you know, you have changed 360 degrees. He said, not me. He said 360 degrees the change. From one who is a public enemy, number one, boastful, having management, anger management, always want to be at front, number one, and so on. A lot of nonsense at the time, you know. And all these characters gone. It is like being reborn again. Reborn. totally change, holistically change. Otherwise, it's impossible. The many of them who they are like a union, and I'm the only non-union members, which they branded me public enemy number one. Because of this holistical change, that changed all of them. Being enormity with me to bosom friend until today. The change. I was like reborn again. See? And that is the secondary state. I will explain the primary stage, inshallah, next week, the secondary state. Okay? Let's see, the secondary state. Suddenly I acquired back the innocence of the infant. My mind, at that time I got it was 1978. I was 28 years old. 28, yes. Yeah, 28 years old. And whatever before that corrupted my mind, being whitewashed, clean, clear, whatever anger in me, whatever mistrust, whatever boastfulness, and so on, jealousy, all nonsense disappear. Like an infant being born again, helpless, or I put there powerless, innocent, powerless, and so on. The mind is so clean. It's like being poured acid inside the mind or the whole body. It cleansed my mind. It becomes so pure that at the beginning of my enlightenment, I can't even look at women at all. I felt very shy to that extent until I got married. Total innocent. Innocence that you help people. I can prove this. I help people without asking for any favor or returns or anything. It's out of pure love for others, sincerity and honesty. I help. I remember after I got this, I was in the second year law, then went in for the third year law. But third year law, they saw the changes, the substantial change in my character holistically, and they now become very close and warm to me. When I was in the second year law, I took the exam. Because I'm enlightened, alhamdulillah, I could see what are the questions that will come up for the law exam. So I was prepared. And every paper I finish, I think about 30 to 40 minutes earlier. And I left the examination room. So all friends after that, they finish, rush to me, say, hey, why you gave up? I said, I didn't give up. But you walk out from the examination hall 30 to 40 minutes earlier. I say, I finished my question. They don't believe. I say, wait for the result. Now, my mistake was that because I knew what was coming out, I sort of synopsis my answer instead of putting more broadly. I synopsis it. And of course, I passed, but I didn't score. Because I synopsis the answer, all the answers in the law paper, I synopsis it. Instead of writing it broadly, explain the detail, whatnot. So, when my friends saw I passed, they were puzzled. How come you can pass every paper you walk off 30 to 40 minutes earlier? We all are, having smoke coming out from our brain to answer the question. But I didn't expect, but I know I would pass. I told them I would pass. And I passed. But then I realized my mistake, why I didn't score, because I synopsis all the four papers, the answers. Then I mistake. Anyway, I passed. I went up to the final year. And in the final year, I hugged that, my friend. I could see what question will come out. I prepare all the answers. I told them, hey, read. I hang up all my answers to these questions at the side of the cupboard, because we share one room, 8 of us, double-decker, 4 double-decker. 1 double-decker, 2 person, 4 would be 8. So I hang up at the side of my cupboard, and they all come and read it. And alhamdulillah, we all passed in the final. And it was the largest cohort in the record in the history of the institution that passed. We all passed because there's sort of twinning between London and the Malaysian institutions. So we got LLB London. The first time, 13 of us, the big cohort, passed. And one of them said, you are very strange. People will make sure that all other people fail, they will pass, and they will hide all the good books in the library so that all the books not available to make sure others fail. But you make sure we all pass. Very strange, right? And that built up the record. And the change in me being humble and so on. So these are the changes in me. That's why I help my friends in the institutions. At the same time, when I was in the final year, there are juniors in the institutions, the ladies, and I helped them also. And one of them was Singaporean. And we used to go back together. I remember there was one occasion we traveled back after the exam from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. And she was feeling cold. We're sitting on the same seat, side by side. So I took my blanket in my bag and gave to her. And she said, you also should share. So we share one blanket. And nothing happened. Why I brought this up? Many years later, she visited Singapore after she married. She brought her children, I think daughters or his husband, and stayed at my place at Tampines. And this question of trusting me came out. And this lady said, you can trust Hussien. You can trust him wholeheartedly. I used to travel with him under one blanket, nothing happened. Because my mind is clean. No nonsense. Very clean. So also another occasion where I helped a judge. I took about a month to and fro from Singapore to Taman Melawati, Malaysia, to help her in a master degree, you know. So I will fly up by airplane, no? Go there, I think weekend, to talk to teacher, because she requested me to help. So I helped for about a month or so, and she passed a master degree, this judge. Now she's a vice chancellor. And she was, I heard, I don't know whether, because not from her own mouth, I heard from others who told me, this judge say you are in love with her. I say, why? He say, then why you come every weekend by flight to guide her at the house, you know? Didn't ask for any payment, nothing. You pay for your flight and then you take the cab to a house in Taman Melawati, go back in a cab and your flight back to teach her for a month or so. Definitely, these are pointer to that you love her. I say nonsense, such thing. No, never occurred in my mind. This thing. This out of sincerity, honesty. Of course, I love every creatures of Allah, big or small. You know? But you know, I don't blame them because there's a difference between those who have this secondary stage, this innocent. You see, a baby come and grab you and hug you and kiss your face, right? You don't expect that baby head over heel in love with you. No, the baby love you because you are you. You are you. That's all. Right? That is what happened when you are reborn. The state of innocence come back to you. And this many things happens. I helped another lady also, a lecturer in UM. And again, she thought I love her. But eventually she learned that is not the case. She got married and named her son my name. See, the innocent. And many of you had seen this, had experienced this with me. I love you all, no problem. Whether you're Malaysian or Indonesian or Singapore, I love you all. As long you in my congregation or outside, it doesn't matter. As long you are God creation. You all can see this. Even the newcomer who were jittery just to see me found comfort, love, warmth, and affection. TLC. Yes. That is the innocent. Nothing more than that. There are many, many instances that people thought otherwise. It's not true. Even my wife now learning that when I corrected her, is for her to learn, not to chastise her. Never, never. Learn. Ikra, learn. So that is how the rapport being built. between me and you people out there, whether Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, the loving feeling among us because of this innocent. That's why Allah in the Quran say, I will insert love to those who are the faithful one. Okay. So that will be the innocence that you will acquire, the impact of achieving enlightenment through acquisitions of Ma'rifatullah. So you see the innocence, okay? Innocent there, like baby, true innocent. They can hold each other and yet not blemished. The mind is clear as crystal, pure as milk. And there is no nonsense. Because every infant born innocent. So when you acquire enlightenment through acquisition of knowledge of God, the first impact that you got is that you regain your innocence. But many of you did not try to protect this. And slowly, if you don't, it will dissipate. It will dissipate and then gone. But many of you still have this, the innocent. That means you are honest to God, straightforward, sincere in your doing, no nonsense. Okay? So this is the innocent that you get. Children who are still unaware of woman nakedness, that kind of innocent. It doesn't affect your mind or corrupt your mind. It doesn't. It doesn't, what you see, your eyes see, doesn't affect the cleansing or the cleanliness of your mind. It doesn't. Okay? Your mind is totally clean, as pure as milk. Once you got this, the impact of Ma'rifatullah or acquisition of knowledge of God. Now again, I remind you, I'm talking about my experience. Hopefully some of you can correlate with this. That means good, you also have experienced what I have. Okay. So you can even Adam and Eve was also innocent. And Satan make them sleep. Even the children, Satan also caused them to sleep. And the parents, they become parents, and then they make their children sleep from the true path. So Satan make Adam and Eve sleep and remove their innocence. Once the innocence is not there, your mind become corrupted, and then you see at the beginning you don't feel hunger, no, you feel naked. All right, like Adam and Eve, although they were naked in heaven, but they didn't feel it. They didn't feel naked. Okay, right? But once your mind corrupted, as soon as the two have tasted the fruit of the tree, they become conscious of their nakedness. Once your mind corrupted, in Adam's case, because and Eve, they took the forbidden fruits, whereas in our case, if you are not careful, you let the outside vision affected your mind, then you will fall. But what outside doesn't affect what in your mind, because that is the place where you remember Allah, then it'll be all right. Okay. In this case, once they were conscious, they were naked, then they started to take leave to cover themselves. Before that, they were not aware because of the innocence Then both of them knew that they were naked. Then both of them knew. You see, after eating the fruits, then they knew, they saw they were naked. Before that, they were innocent. And therefore, they felt ashamed, took fig leaf, made a clothing for their secret part. Okay. So, then Allah has said, who has robbed you of your innocence? Yes. So the first impact of Ma'rifatullah is the innocent. You gain your innocence. Please, those who still have this, protect your innocence. What happening outside will not affect the position of your mind or the cleanliness of your mind. No effect. It's not registered inside. Keep it clean. Then what you do, what you act, will be in all honesty, sincerity, and out of love. Okay? So the first thing that you acquire when you had this Ma'rifatullah is to regain the innocence that we lost. You see, I was 27 years old, no? I was 28 years old when I got this knowledge. 28. Then, see, I was reborn. That's why my friends say you had changed 360 degrees. Holistically, is a mind that is pure as a baby, as an infant. Okay. So those of you have come, have go through this experience. Please maintain your innocence. Guard your innocence. This is bring you nearness to God, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see? So those who have acquired the innocent, take care of the innocent as long as you can. Because this is still secondary stage, because this innocent will help you to go up to the primary stage. Okay? Then the second thing you will learn, like a child, suddenly you are powerless. Innocent and powerless. Your boastfulness, braggadness gone. Your viciousness gone. Your jealousy, your envy gone. Your hatred, envy gone. Like a new sheet of clean paper. Clean. Everything gone. You don't know how to retaliate or to fight or to revenge or to vengeance. No. Nothing doing. You just like a small speck of dirt before your Lord. Not worth mentioning. You like a speck of dirt before your Lord. Totally, as I say before, amma ile apa ile. That means totally powerless. I mean, in Indian means amma ile apa ile. Mother don't have, father also don't have. Totally zero, powerless, like a baby. So even people hurt you, you will not revenge. You don't have vengeance. You don't have in your heart to retaliate. You don't know how to do all this. You're already reborn. You don't know. Powerless. All you know, you are before the Lord. You are before the Lord like a small speck of dirt. And you dare not do anything. You're powerless. You won't take revenge. You won't take vengeance. You won't do harm to others. You are like a baby, an infant born, powerless. Okay? So even there's abuse like this infant being abused. being beaten up. Huh? You can see bruises on his forehead, cheek, all that. He won't retaliate because an infant, powerless. Same. That is why you see Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They put dirt on him when he was praying. He never retaliated. The Jewish woman threw water on him every time he passed. He did not retaliate. When he conquered Mecca, he came in and he forgave all, even the one who killed his uncle, Sayyidina Hamza. Forgive. Because of this, the exchange in you, you're powerless. You are a speck of dirt before your Lord. You dare not do anything, leave it to Him. You just don't have power. As a baby, of course, later on you learn you didn't exist, but at this stage, you felt you're powerless. You can't do it. Everything, you back to square one, back to before the Lord. Okay? And you see here, it is Allah who created you in a state of weakness, like a baby. Once you acquire this knowledge, you become powerless. And that is why many also found me very strange. Hey, you a lawyer, 42 years experience in Singapore, and quite well known in Singapore. You could take any kind of criminal or civil action against anyone who tried to be funny. How come you tolerate all people nonsense? I say, all right, it's me. Because I'm before my Lord. I cannot be powerful. I am powerless. Okay? And every time you go to court, the police see you in the court, they will salute you, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning. I laugh. What is sir for? I'm just a speck of dirt before the Lord. And you realize that you are powerless. The power is with Allah, not with you. The power to retaliate, the power to take vengeance, the power to take action, the power to do or not to do is with Allah, not with you. So you realize like an infant, you are powerless. Look, I'm talking about my personal spiritual experiences in my upliftment, You need not be like me. I've been chosen in I given this knowledge in 1978. I was given this knowledge. Okay? Out of the blue, I got it. Affected me. A horrible person, horrible also. And yet could get this knowledge. Okay? So once you got this, you got back your innocence, alhamdulillah, and you realize you are powerless. Every power is with the Lord, not with you. Okay? So you see here, that's what Jesus said. Many don't understand what Jesus said. Therefore, if one shall give you a blow or slap on the side of or the side of the face, offer him the other side to be slapped. Now, a person can slap you on the left, you give him the right to slap also. See? Just this point is to stress that all action are with the Lord, not with you. Okay? You don't take revenge. You don't retaliate. You don't do anything. Go back to the Lord. Okay? That's why he says, render not evil for evil. For so do all the worst animals. Otherwise you become like animals. But render good for evil. Go back to the Lord. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. from Allah to Allah we shall return. And pray God for them that hate you. Give the prayer. Okay. Fire is not extinguished with fire, but rather with water. Even so I say unto you that ye shall not overcome evil with evil, but rather with good. So when you have this spiritual upliftment changes, holistic changes, you will come to this stage powerless. You will not retaliate. That means you will not overcome evil with evil, but rather with good. What is the good? You go back to the Lord and surrender to Him. Oh, you have attained faith. That's why Allah surrender your wholly unto God. Surrender yourself wholly unto God. And follow not Satan's footstep, for verily he is an open foe. So you are powerless. Anything will do to you, there shall not be evil in you to take vengeance, to retaliate, whatnot. No, what you do, go back to God. You are before Him. Go back to Him. The power is with Him. The one that retaliate, do or not to do, is Him, not you. So that is the second stage that you experience. The second thing that you experience. You are powerless. Okay? Powerless. So you can see, I told you, Rasulullah, the woman, the Jewish, the woman threw water at him every time he passed by. He didn't retaliate. And when he was praying, they put dirt on his robe. He didn't retaliate. Sayyidina Umar came out one time before he became believer with a sword wanting to kill Rasulullah. He did not retaliate. When they conquered Mecca, he went in, he forgave everyone, even the African who killed his uncle Sayyidina Hamza with a javelin. He forgave, or spear or javelin. Forgive. So remember, if you want to understand me, or you want to understand yourself who have experienced this, this is what we are going through. Okay. Thirdly is a submission. You are infant. 100% submission to Him. 100%. You are born without clothing. You are born without bringing any ration, any food, any drinks. You don't bring anything. You're born with nothing. And you totally submit to Him. People, mother will give you milk, mother will feed you, father will buy you clothing, brother, sister will pray with you. All this provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You totally submit to Him. Okay. You learn this. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to have, you always go back to Him first. Oh Allah, these are the things that you need. You tell Him, if you have. But you don't say, oh, I will do this, I will do that. No such thing. You learn that you're powerless. Everything is Allah. Easier for you to submit to Him. He created you stage by stage in your mother wombs in threefold darkness. So we in our mother wombs in threefold darkness. He it is who shaped you in the womb as He pleases, the womb. And here come the things that I want to tell you. Do not depend solely on yourself for your need. Do not attempt to protect or save yourself. Surrender totally to Allah, as He was the one who looked after you and protect you while you were yet to be born. When we are in the womb, of our mother, who took care of us, who feed us, nourished us in the mother womb. Who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't see your mother hand go into the womb, go to your mouth and feed you. No, you don't see that. Okay? Or anybody hand go to the womb, inside the womb and feed you. No. Allah took care of you. He was the one who took care of you while you were in your mother's womb before you were born. And he was the one who took care of you while you were an infant. See? So, total submission. You can't speak if you're hungry. The most you cry. You can't speak, you are thirsty. You cry. Nobody knows what your mother just can say, oh, he cried because he want milk, or he's hungry, or something like that, you know. But it's Allah that moves them to feed you. He's the one not only taking care of you in the womb, but outside also when you're infant, he took care. And even when he grew up, you grew up, become adult, he still was the one who feed you, but you didn't see. And you claim that you are on your own 2 feet, you are taking care of yourself. But never I put that aside, later we come back to that. Yeah, that's why Rasulullah surrendered, the first to surrender. That's why if you see Rasulullah never retaliate, never. Even in Islam, we didn't attack people. You read the history of Islam. Islam only defended themselves against people who were attacking us during Rasulullah time, during the companion time. We don't attack, invade other countries. No. Okay, but Islam spread on its own, right? Because of the beauty of the religion. And Rasulullah say, I've surrendered, so also those who have followed me. So we too submit to Allah. Realize this, that everything we eat comes from Him, not from our 2 hands. And then we come this later. So Islam is absolute submission to the will of Allah. So once you are reborn, you are innocent, powerless, and totally submit to Allah. Whether you are born, you'll be hungry and you die. Nobody going to feed you. If Allah doesn't, you totally submit to His will. Okay? And the fourth thing is the tears. And this is the thing that you must understand. You hurt this type of people. You don't see their tears, but their tears is sometimes in themselves. They just keep to themselves, but they are in tears. When you're not around, maybe the tears will fall. But when you are around, the tears will not fall. Just quietness with a head down, quietness. They will take whatever nonsense you give. They will take and keep quiet. It hurts, yes, but their tears will not fall in front of you. Their tears will fall before the Lord, not you. Their tears will be before the Lord. The pain, the suffering, all that. And you can see the anguish of Job. And then the tears before the Lord. Oh Lord, Satan has causing me a lot of harm. Please help. The tears of Jacob. He said, I only tell my problem to my Lord. Let me hold his tears only his Lord, not to anyone. So, you see, these are people who won't retaliate and won't cry before you. But they are in tears. And their tears are only for the Lord. So baby, right? Baby cries, yes. You hit them, they cry because they are not like you, spiritually enlightened. But these people who are spiritually enlightened, they won't cry before you. They will keep quiet and absorb whatever you did to them. And their tears are before the Lord. Like what the children did to Jacob. They caused to abandon Joseph in a dry well and told the father he was eaten by wolf. Okay. And you can see Job afflicted by a lot of calamities caused by Satan, and yet the tears were before the Lord, not to anyone. So like baby also, see, you hit them all that, the baby will cry. The people of Allah, they won't cry before you, but they will cry before the Lord. Again, I must tell you, I'm telling you my spiritual road I've gone through. You can see me a lot laughing, smiling, happy, because that is for you. When come to tears, that before for the Lord. And surely we shall try with something of fear and hunger and loss of wealth, life and crop, and whatever calamity, we must be ready. And we will say, it come from him, it will return back to him. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. We won't curse and swear. You don't feel unhappy about this. You don't. You accept it as it is. They are the one who will receive Allah's blessing and mercy. Here, let me explain to you. When I was in hospital, they were doing 4 operations on my leg. My wife was apprehensive that I will lose that leg, the right leg. So she was very sad about this before me. And what did I tell her? I said, hey, look, Allah knows the best for us. We must trust him. He does nothing in vain. Everything he does is the best. Otherwise, he cannot become God. So you must trust him. Nobody can, better than him. Nobody. He's the best. So he will decide what is the best for you. And his decision is the best because he's the best, the all-wise, all-knowing. You must trust. So if Allah wants I to live with one leg, so be it. Do not cry because that is the best for me. And alhamdulillah, the leg was operated and now look okay. I'm recuperating at home. I got both legs. And this also what Allah knows, the best for me, 2 legs. You must trust. When you trust this, you don't feel anxious. You don't have anxiety. You totally trust him. You don't think anymore. You know it's the best. This way or that way is the best because the Lord decides, not you. And with that, you will be stable emotionally, mentally, psychologically, stable. And you will be happy because you know your life is in good hand, in Allah's hand. He decides what is best for you. So it's nothing to worry. Like the reggae saying, don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. But you must trust him 100%. Yeah. So hold on to him. Everything come from him back to him. He knows what he's doing. So he says, whoever surrender himself to Allah and live righteously, and live as you are. You have hold the most trustworthy hand. Allah said, oh, handle. See, the ultimate decision of all matter rests with Allah. Look, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? You don't know what happened to you tomorrow. Even the next minute, you don't know what will happen. The tree can fall on you, the car can whack you, anything. Allah knows best. Whatever happened to you, that is the best for you. Not for others maybe, but for you, because it is decided by Allah. And He is the all-wise, all-knowing. And Prophet Ramadan say, if even once Allah plan that is not wise, then He cannot be God. Even as one small matter is unwise, then He cannot be God. So we must trust Him 100%, full yakin, that whatever decision has decided for you, that is predestination. That is the best. That is the best for you. Come from all-wise, all-knowing. Okay. So you have grasped most trustworthy handle. Okay. And therefore, we in our worship, we say, my prayer, my worship, my life, my death are all for you, Allah, the Lord of the world. You don't retaliate. You go back to Him. Everything go back to Him. Okay. So that is a fourth years, and then come the reverter. This is the one. He will revert anything you do, or whatever you're going to do, whatever he's not going to do or not going to do, whatever others doing to him, he will revert to Allah. There is no vengeance in him. There is no retaliation, nothing. Maybe tears, yes. But he will never retaliate or revenge or vengeance. There's nothing that in him. But he's a reverter. So be careful. He will go back to the Lord with tears. Like Jacob, like Ayub, like Jonah when he's in the belly of the fish. Go back to the Lord with tears. These people are dangerous, or were dangerous, or are dangerous. Don't hurt them. They don't retaliate. They go back to the Lord and tell the Lord what happened. You know, you see here. You see, this is Noah. The people laugh at him building a ship on a mountain. Hey, Noah, the sea is down there, down there. Why are you building the ship on the mountain? How are you to bring them down? They all laugh. So every time they pass by, they will laugh. He was building the ship. Every time that chieftain of people pass him, they mock him, they laugh every time. And even went to the extent of shitting to the ship, on the ship. They shit. But Noah just kept to himself and just go back to the Lord. Okay? Go back to the Lord and pray. And then come the flood. Then the people realized, why was the ship on the mountain? Okay. But these are people, you be very careful. Never hurt them. They will retaliate. You think you win? No. These people will go back to the Lord, and explain the situation. So be careful. Similarly, you see this Jacob. See, his other children abandoned Joseph, his son or their brother, in a deep well that a dry well. They threw him down inside a dry well, and they went back. They took his clothes before throwing him down, and then they smeared the clothes with blood from animals. Come back to their father, say, "Sorry, father, this clothes of Joseph is eaten by the wolf." Okay. Now, and of course, Jacob being a prophet, he's already informed what is going on. Okay. And he say in his mind, yeah, that's what you say, but the Lord has informed me what happened. Don't tell me if the wolf have eaten Joseph, how come there is no tear in the cloth, in Joseph's clothes? There's no tears, because if a wolf attack you, surely your shirt will be torn and tattered, but nothing, nothing. And that is one of the bases of the law of evidence in Islam, called circumstances evidence. Because from the look of the cloth, it look all right. It's not attacked by animal, okay? And therefore, you see what Jacob said. I only complain of my distraction and anguish to Allah. There you see, be careful. The children lied to him, you go back to Allah. And you see, I know from Allah that which you know not. He knows. Okay, he reverted to Allah. And you see here again, and Jacob turned away from them and say, how great is my grief for Joseph. So he will take the children nonsense. Even to the extent his eyes become white with sorrow, he become blind. He accepted this. Okay, but his tears were with the Lord. All nonsense of the children he took. Okay, and you see Job. All his crops, animals destroyed by the typhoon and storm. Members of his family destroyed by the earthquake. Thereafter, two of his spouses wanted a divorce, and he gave it to them, leaving him only one spouse, Rahmah. Soon after, he suffered terrible illness. All this suffering, he just kept himself. Even when his wife treated him shabbily, he only thought, if I'm well, I will chastise you. But even later when he's well, he remembered what he vowed at the time, and he asked forgiveness from Allah, find a way out to overcome this. So Allah said, get the softer leaf or what, just slightly tap on the wife, that will do it. So he will go back to Allah, you see here. And remember Job, when he cried to his Lord, he went back to the Lord. He don't go back to people. All this calamity coming down on him. He go back to Allah. Before Allah, truly distress has ceased. But thou, that's Allah, art the most merciful of those that are merciful. Most merciful. He went back to Allah. These are people, you don't touch them. They'll go back to Allah. They won't retaliate, but they go back to Allah. And these are the people. And you found, we found him patient in adversity, an excellent servant. You see? He too always turned to God. So if you are going through these experiences, remember I've gone through. Remember others went through also. Learn. Then the next one, the understanding. Like children, infant, I have no control over any benefit or harm to myself except as God will. Whatever happened, what will be, will be. You cannot stop. That is what God wants. and a will, and that will happen. So the infant will not fight you. But what will happen because that is what the Lord wants. Surely your Lord does whatsoever He wills. He does whatever He will. It's not you are like infant, totally powerless. Whatever you do is the Lord doing. Allah creates what He will. Very Allah is able to do all things. He creates as His will, and it's He who has all knowledge and power. All knowledge and power. Who, when afflicted with calamity, truly to Allah we belong, truly to Him we shall return. They are the one who receive Allah's blessing and mercy, and they are rightly guided. See, these are people who go back to Allah. They will not fight you. No way. Okay? Unless Allah directed, commanded, okay, go and fight. Then fight like Rasulullah time. But now no more. So they won't fight you. Go back to Allah. Tell Allah what the situation. Ask for guidance or for assistance. These are the people. Okay. So you think them powerless, weak? No. Up front, yes. Up front or up front, you can see them powerless. But they are not. They are God people. They won't do anything. They all come back to the Lord. They will always go back to the Lord first. They won't do anything. Okay? And indeed, all things we created with predestination. So everything already predestined. Everything. There's no two ways about it. When he said, kun, be, everything predestined. Ready, 6 phases of life, or phases of life ready. 12 billion years of plan ready. When he said, be. That is predestination, and you can see here again. Certainly Allah achieved His will. Allah has already set a destiny for everything. Everything there's a destiny. The commandment of Allah must be fulfilled. But they cannot do so unless Allah wills. He alone is worthy to be feared and entitled to forgive. So we must always revert to Him. You cannot will, we cannot will unless God wills. God is knowing and wise. You can be of no avail to him whom Allah wills to fall into error. You can't help people if Allah doesn't want to help. Those are the ones whose hearts Allah does not want to purify. He knows what is in front of them and what is behind them, and they will not comprehend anything of His knowledge. So you will not know what Allah is planning. You only do as He wills, but what He will. Okay. Then also, when we grew up, we also realized we also don't exist. Okay. So here where He is the manifest and He's the hidden. So you go to an island, say it's full of ice. Okay? The manifest is the ice, the hidden is the water. And below is the ocean. So the ocean can say, I'm the manifest, I'm the hidden. True. The hidden is the water, and that water is from the ocean. The manifest is the ice, but the ice is from the water. 100% from the water. So He's the manifest and the hidden. So we don't exist. I'm the external. I'm the internal. I'm the internal and the external. Where are we? We don't exist. This was very clear. Yeah. I'm the manifest. I'm the hidden. That means the unseen also me. The sin also me. You are not there. We don't exist. So we here, you're looking at me, I'm looking at you, we are the manifest. You're looking at the manifest. Behind it is the the features, the countenance is content. You look with the eyes of Marifah, the content. I'm the manifest, I'm the hidden. And that's why Imam Ghazali say, one who knows himself and knows his God will surely know that he does not exist. How to fight, how to retaliate, how to challenge, you not exist. So a person who will be reborn will understand this very clearly. Okay? Then the last one, you lead a normal life. That means even knowing all this, you will lead a normal life. That means you go and work, get money for your children, for the family to live, to survive. Work. Okay? You have friends, yes. No problem. But inwardly, you are with the Lord. That's why Syekh Abdul Qadir say, these are people who went to market. They don't see the market products. Their mind is always with Allah. So they lead the normal life because Rasulullah says so. Rasulullah said, don't just say, oh, predestination, so we fold our arms and don't do anything. Don't. Live normally. Live normally. Don't surrender and say, this is all predestined. No. Because predestination is just like the ocean. And free will is just like the swarm of fish swimming freely in it, the ocean. Okay? We only created heaven and earth and everything in between for a purpose and appointed time. So everything has a purpose and good purpose and the best purpose because it's created by the wise and all-knowing. And everything has an appointed time. That means the destiny is there. And we cause to remain in the wombs what will for a term appointed in the womb. Then we let you be born as a child, and then you reach maturity, and among you who will die earlier, and some of you will become senile, abject senile. Okay? So this is a thing that you have to live through. We all have time come, we kick the bucket, we have to go. Some of us even got dementia later. Allah keep that away from us. Some of us got become senile. Allah keep that all away from us. Okay? But you have to live as a human being. You are not an angel. So live according as a human person. But your spiritual self is different. Therefore, you see, Prophet Abraham, after he finished his prophethood, he just lived a normal life. Nothing big, nothing wondrous, nothing splendor, nothing. Ordinary life. And then two persons come, visited him, visitors. Of course, it's a custom in that village to welcome visitors. He welcomed them and get a sheep or a lamb to be roasted for them to eat. And they do not want to eat. So Abraham got worried. Why are they coming to my house as a guest and they don't want to eat? Are they going to murder all of us in the house or what? He was worried. And what the angel said, no, don't worry. Do not be afraid. We are angels, sent only against the people of Lot. So they're going to the Lot, Prophet Lot, who is connected, related to Abraham. So they visited Abraham first before they go to the Lord. But you see, Abraham, even after the prophethood, lived normal. Even Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, after the last revelation, today I've completed my favor unto you. I said, accepted Islam as a religion by my side. That is the last revelation. And there was Sayyidina Abu Bakr cried. ran back to his house. They went after and said, why you cry? He said, this is the last revelation. That means Rasulullah will not be with us soon. And within the 3 years, Rasulullah passed away. Okay? So, but Rasulullah lived a normal life. Normal life. Very humble, no benzene, nothing, holistic, and so on. Abraham too. So live a normal life. Nothing big deal, You are not Jesus Christ. Go there, make the blind people see. Go here and cure the leprosy and do a lot of miracles. You are not Jesus Christ. So live just a normal human being. Okay? But you are near to Allah. For those who are on God's side, you are on the God or Allah's side. There is no fear, nor shall they grieve. This one I will want to go maybe after the primary stage. I will go into this. These are the the realm of soul, more of the realm of soul. I want you all to be clear about the realm of the soul, so that you won't be frightened. Fear only to Allah, not to others. Inshallah, that will be the second lecture. This is the first or the third lecture. Second, third lecture, inshallah. For those who are on God's side, there is no fear, nor shall they grieve. They shall have the home of peace with your Lord. You will find, that's why you find peace, happiness, contentment. That's why I was in hospital, and all you people and even visitors will start to happy. You don't look sad, you don't look worried. Of course, I trust my Lord 100%. What the best He decided, I accept. I have no problem. He's the best. And therefore, I have the home of peace, contentment, happiness. And He will take care of them as a reward for their deeds. So go back to it. And then He will say, oh, you soul at peace. Okay. Return to your Lord. Content within His good place. You are happy. Enter then together with my other true servant. Enter thou my paradise. You feel really wonderful, to be with Him. Well pleased is God with them, and well pleased are they with Him. This is the triumph supreme, accepted from Allah, that this is the supreme triumph. None enter paradise where there is deed, but rather because of Allah blessing, so am I. But best for the righteous is the home in the hereafter, will ye not understand. Okay, so I stop here. I hope I can let you understand the spiritual experiences I've gone through. These are secondary stage. The primary stage, inshallah, next week we'll go through. Now, again, I want to ask one who are lecturing on this. If you have not come across these experiences, okay, your knowledge are all very good. You pass the knowledge, but if you are to lecture on this, you can say these are experiences gone through by our leader. You can mention my name, and I will repeat what he had taught us. Because some I may have experienced, some I may not. Okay? But this is what he experiences, has listed them out. So I'm lecturing you in case one day you can go you go through also these experiences. So even though you have not come across these experiences, it's all right. You can lecture and say this based on my lecture, that the one I went through, my spiritual self. You can say that. Okay? You don't, because you see the companion, they cannot themselves say they are prophet. They cannot. Sayyidina Abu Bakar, Umar, Osman Ali, they cannot say they are prophet. But they are companion. And they taught what Rasulullah taught. And they taught the spiritual experiences of Rasulullah. Like, for example, the night ascension. Okay? They don't follow Rasulullah night ascension. It is Isra Mi'raj. But they can say, this is what Rasulullah said, this happened to him. You can say that what I'm saying, that happened to him. So if a question comes, okay, after we have do a lot of this zikrullah, what will happen? Okay, or when we get the impact of the knowledge of God, what will happen? So this is the secondary one. The next one, once we have done a lot of zikrullah, what will happen? That will be the primary one next week. And you say that is what explained by our leader, Mr. Hussien. You don't need to say that you have gone through, because you have not. But you can say this is what I thought. This is the experiences I have experienced. And I pass it to you all so you can understand my position. Why I'm like that. Okay. Even though I've been a lawyer for 42 years, I won even murder case I won, robbery case I won, sexual case I won, many cases I won. But why am I like that? Unassuming, very humble, there's no question of retaliation or not, because I'm reborn. I'm just like an infant. But I'm sincere, I'm honest, and I'm full of love. Inshallah. I mean, thank you, Allah. That's me. That's why you all are attracted to me, because of this. Okay? And I teach you honestly, sincerely. I did not ask to even put a garland on my neck. Okay. And you know, another thing, you see, in all sincerity and all honesty, I've helped you, and you learn from me. Not only you learn the knowledge, you got the references laid out to you, that you don't need to do a lot of research. That is my sincerity. Okay. Look, I have to stop here because of my leg still not 100% yet. I cannot have this leg 1 hour like that. You know? I have to put up the leg up, the right leg. Right? Now after 1 hour and a half, I have to lie down and put my leg up. Otherwise, it will be swollen. That's what the doctors say. Until I have my leg ready, I can sit down like this for 3 hours or 2 hours. I will lead you to zikrullah, you know. But inshallah, zikrullah I had led you all before, so don't be afraid. I will come the time we go through them again. Okay. So here I have to stop because the leg is throbbing now. I have to put it up. Back to Vayu. Inshallah, we'll meet again.